Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. I seem to be in the minority, the very small minority of people that scored the Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields fight in favour of Marshall. Now, let me explain something here. I watched that fight live and I actually recorded my video as I was watching the announcement of the judges' results. And I had it 96-94 for Marshall. Now, I watched it live. I scored it live. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to run. All right. I'm in a minority. That's fine. I actually still think to this day that Miguel Cotto beat Canelo. No, I've never met anyone else who agrees with me. But I actually have watched that fight several times, and I think Canelo lost that fight. I haven't yet watched Marshall Shields a second time. I'm going to. But it was definitely the type of fight where it could have gone either way. To me, this was a very, very close fight. And I'm a bit surprised that more people aren't saying this. Claressa Shields says she in the post-fight interview, one of the post-fight interviews, she said she thought she won 8 of the 10 rounds. I think that's absolute nonsense. I've had people in my comments section on the video I made saying they thought Claressa won by 5 rounds, 6 rounds. I just don't agree with that. I just don't agree at all. I can understand a point or two either way. I can understand a draw, and I'm kind of wishing that it was a draw, because the one thing, although Claressa did conduct herself very, very well after the fight, and she certainly, my respect for her grew with both her excellent performance and her post-fight interviews. She did say one thing which irked me, which was that she said, well, you know, if it was a close fight, there was going to be a rematch, but I won unanimous, so we don't need a rematch. No, you do need a rematch. And I was kind of wishing it was a draw so they would have a rematch. It's the same with Baumgardner and Michaela Mayer. I thought Michaela Mayer won that fight. Not by much. It was very, very close, but I definitely thought she won. I was more confident in Michaela Mayer, my scorecard for Michaela Mayer against Baumgardner, than I was with my card for Savannah Marshall beating Shields, because that at the end of it, I had 96-94. I was thinking, but maybe I've got that wrong. You know, I wasn't certain of my card. I thought maybe Shields had one, and I will go back and watch it. But with Baumgardner and Mayer, I definitely thought Baumgardner lost, and I thought Mayer was very hard done by. But both these fights deserve rematches, both of them, because they can build on this fantastic all-female card by having the rematches. You know, rematches. I mean, we had the second Kambosos Devin Haney fight, which was, you know, a contractual rematch clause, and it actually turned out to be better than the first fight, even though Devin Haney, I thought, beat up Kambosos in this fight really, really badly. I mean, if you saw the fight, Kambosos' face was a mask of blood. So sometimes rematches, although I'm not really in favour of rematch clauses in general, I mean, I do understand maybe sometimes they can work, but occasionally, where you have fights that are close, a rematch is a natural thing. So maybe rematch clauses in certain fights, in certain contests, aren't a bad idea after all. I'm sort of ambivalent about the whole concept of them. But I definitely thought that Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, a rematch is a natural. And I'm a little bit surprised that more people aren't saying that just how close this fight was. Most people seem to think that Shields won it. Again, no problem at all if you think that. That's absolutely fine. But not 98-92 or 97-93. No. This was a 1 or 2 point either way fight. And it's such a shame that it's not 12 3-minute rounds for the women. Even Savannah Marshall afterwards was saying she thought Shields won. That's fair enough. I'm not going to argue with her. She was the one fighting. And she actually said, when they asked her about 3-minute rounds, she was like, no, I'm happy with the 2. I mean, she's an incredibly gracious loser. I don't even like using the word loser, because she left it all in the ring. And yeah, she lost the fight, but is she really a loser as a person, as a fighter? I don't think so. I think if she had got the verdict and Claressa had been the quote-unquote loser, there were no real losers as fighters in terms of legacy, because they fought each other. You need your dance partner. And it seems to me that a rematch is a natural thing. Baumgardner, afterwards, after her fight with MAYER, said, no, I'm not interested in a rematch. I want to unify. I understand that she wants to unify. But with a fight that close and controversial, isn't it unfinished business? The public say it is, and the public are what, I mean, yes, you can win belts, but the public are what cement your legacy. They're the glue that holds your legacy together. I mean, Mayweather is, you know, for example, Floyd Mayweather Jr., I mean, fantastic career, beat loads of people, undefeated, all the rest of it. You know, I don't even need to tell you about his career. But there were still people that saying, well, no, but he didn't do this, and he didn't give so-and-so a rematch, and he fought people who run, you know, the downside of their careers. I know there are people that just want to pick fault. It doesn't matter who the fighter is. They want to pick fault. But at the same time, you need, if you want to build a legacy that is going to last for decades, you need to fight absolutely everyone. You need to leave no stone unturned. And it seems to me if these two sets of ladies don't deal with that, don't have these rematches at some point, I think it seems like a little bit like unfinished business. There's talk about Savannah going up to super middle and taking on Mr. Zern, you know, the undisputed super middleweight champion. That'd be a great fight. And then maybe, I know Claressa's not really a super middleweight, maybe she can move up and, if, you know, fight the winner of that. She's beaten DAZN already. They both had their debuts against each other. And they're good friends, but maybe if Savannah was to beat DAZN, they could have a rematch there. But I just think, you know, these Baumgardner, MAYER, Shields, Marshall, we should really be looking at trilogies, or at least rematches, because I think that would build on both their legacies and the legacy of women's boxing, the history of women's boxing. They can really cement their names as, you know, great female fighters, win or lose, you know. So just a few thoughts, post-fight thoughts. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. As usual, thanks for your time. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. That'd be fantastic. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like the video. Thanks for your time. Leave your comments below. We will speak again. Bye-bye for now.